Coming up, we have some wonderful people calling in with some burning questions about law of attraction. How are we attracting the things that are happening in our life? And if you have a burning question, I'd love to hear from you. Send your burning question to radiobrainwaves@gmail.com. We have a caller on the line who's called up with a burning question.
Hello, Karen.
Thank you so much for calling in with your burning question. What would you like to ask?
Well, my question relates to my working life.
Yeah.
I have 2 toddlers and I freelance so that I can work around their childcare. Mm-hmm. And I really do love what I do. The problem I've got is that I'm not very good at putting myself forward. I'm really always have been a behind-the-scenes person. That doesn't really work when you freelance. And I do love what I do, but I'm not really making enough money to justify the hours that I put into presentations and whatnot. How can I use the laws of attraction to create the working future that I desire?
So what is it that you desire? You desire more work or do you desire more money?
More money for the work that I do.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing from you is that I have a job that I love, and when I'm doing it, I'm loving it. But when I'm thinking about how much money comes in, I feel really frustrated about the amount of money that I'm being paid for the amount of time that I'm working. And the law of attraction is all about aligning vibration. So Esther Hicks from the Teachings of Abraham calls it being in the vortex. What's being in the vortex? Anytime you feel good or you feel positive or you feel excited or you feel expecting things to happen the way you want, you're in what Esther calls the vortex. So you're in a place of allowing life or the law of attraction to bring to you what it is that you want. So what I'm hearing from you, Anna, is that when you think about money, it kicks you out of the vortex. So when you think about money, you start feeling not so good about the situation that you're in. When you think about work, you feel great. But when you think about the money, you don't feel good. Mm-hmm. So the law of attraction is all about feeling good. And it would be, how can I feel good around the subject of money? How can I not let thinking of money move me from my good feeling place? Money is all about the freedom I have to be and do anything that I want. The freedom I have to buy the house I want, the freedom I have to go on the holidays I want, the freedom I have to be and do and have anything I want. It's not so much about money as it is about feeling free to be and do and have anything you want. So speak to me a bit about your financial situation right now, how you're feeling about it, and we'll move you up the emotional scale and put you into the vortex around the subject of money.
Well, luckily I'm married, so I do have someone, my husband's the main breadwinner. It is just to do with the feeling that I should be earning more for my experience and for the amount of hours I put into the work that I do.
Where you're getting booted out of the vortex or where you're feeling resistance is in your worth. You said something earlier when you said, I'm not very good at putting myself forward. Mm-hmm. So what I'm hearing from you is that you've come up with a whole lot of ideas why you're not getting the money that you're getting. And I want you to come up with a whole lot of ideas why you are going to get the money that you want. When things go wrong, we look into life and we decide why that's happening. And what I heard from you was, I'm not putting myself forward. I should be earning more than this. I work hard. Let me ask you something. What would be a perfect scenario for you? Would you do your job even if you didn't get paid because you love it so much? No, really?
Possibly if but that puts more pressure on the main breadwinner.
But let's not worry about that. Let's not worry about where money comes from, because what happens is when we get really particular about how things are supposed to happen, it boots us out of the vortex. I'm using Esther's words here because they're so good. So it boots us from that good feeling place. Sometimes when we think generally, somebody rang up with a question the other day, how specific do you have to be for law of attraction? If being specific means that you don't feel good about what can happen, this needs to happen and then this needs to happen and he needs to get a better job and how is he going to get a better job and then he needs to go to interviews and then I need to do this and that, and all that feels like hard work, then you're not in a vibration to allow what you want to come into your life. But if being general, wouldn't it be nice if... And it's easy to earn more money and anything can happen. Money comes from anywhere. Like if you get really general and you start to feel the magic and the good feeling around that, then you leave the details up to law of attraction or the universe.
So Karen, as an example, then would it, a good statement for me be, wouldn't it be nice if I got asked to do more presentations using the material I've already put the work into creating?
Again, I think you're being too specific. Wouldn't it be nice if abundance flowed to me readily? Wouldn't it be nice if more abundance flowed into our family relationship? This is how it works. In your body right now, there are 300 trillion chemical reactions going off, and you're not in control of how that's happening. So there is some infinite intelligence that is. And that infinite intelligence, call it life, call it the universe, call it law of attraction, is orchestrating details in a way that you could never do. When you get bogged down with how things are going to happen, you start to look at reasons why that's not going to happen. And it just boots you out of a good feeling place, and you find yourself being very frustrated and stressed out and pressured. And law of attraction is about feeling good, enjoying your life, expecting things to happen. What I'm feeling from you is you're still trying to be who you were pre-children, like the energy around being a career person. And then you've got these two little babies that are in your life that take up 90% of your time. The stress you're putting on yourself to try and earn money, to try and be the breadwinner, how would it feel if you let go of the reins of earning money and just let your husband do that for now?
Well, Karen, I think that, to be honest, if at the root of some of this is that I've always been financially independent, and I have a bit of a deep-seated fear about being financially dependent.
What would it mean to you to be dependent on somebody? Because this is a big issue for women. This has also been an issue for me in the past, and I think that, you talking about this on air will really help people listening.
Lack of choice.
Lack of choice.
Accountability financially, which sounds absolutely pathetic considering we're married and our lives are entwined. But, I've got to this certain stage of my life where I've never been dependent, and I've never been accountable. I've been able to earn my money and spend my money. Yeah. And so I think it goes back to a deep-seated fear of it. It's a lack of choices. It's to do with not being able to do what I want to do.
To have the freedom you want. Isn't it interesting? Because we're talking about money, and money really is equated to freedom, feeling free. So the issue that we're really talking about is that if I let go of the financial reins and just stay home and look after the babies and do my job, even if I'm not getting paid abundantly for my job, I do it for no money anyway because I love it so much. It's a job that I can do and look after two young babies. So it works in well with my lifestyle. It's really that letting go of that fear of being without freedom. And that's when I say when you think of money, it boots you out of the vortex, because you go into this fear of, I don't have the freedom to be and do and have anything I want. And law of attraction says you do. You have the freedom to be and do and have anything you want, and the way you do that is you line up vibrationally with the feelings that you're looking for from having the money. It's not the money you're looking for, it's the feeling of freedom you're looking for. So even if you're a stay-at-home mum and you're not earning any money, you're still wanting to feel free. So let's do some of the work. Is that statement, dependency on someone means that I'm not free, is it true?
I can see it's not true, but it is a struggle for me, so I might need you to guide me through this.
Okay, well, we're going to do exactly that. How do you feel when you think the thought, if I let go of the reins and I let my husband be the financial breadwinner, how does that feel when you think that thought?
It gives me a bit of fear.
It gives you fear, right, exactly. It gives you fear, and it makes you feel frustrated, stressed, panicked. It makes you feel like you need to work harder, you need to work better, you need to be somebody different, you need to put yourself forward more. You come up with a whole lot of reasons how to overcome it, through your action journey, how to overcome this fear. So let's look at it this way. Who would you be without the thought?
I'd be a lot more relaxed about not earning the money, the whole original question.
Exactly.
I would feel a lot more relaxed.
Exactly. You'd be relaxed, you'd be happier, you'd be more present. You wouldn't be coming up with ways in which to earn more money. You'd be happier and more present and enjoying your life. And isn't the reason that's why you want the money anyway? You want the money because you want to feel free, because you want to enjoy your life. Let's turn this thought around.
In turning the thought around, it would be, I am comfortable being dependent in a committed relationship like a marriage, allowing him to be the main breadwinner so that I can do what I love and not worry about the income and parent my children.
All right, we're getting a little bit too specific again because, you know, if you come up with that thought every day, you might go, now, what was that thought again?
Yeah.
Being financially dependent means I'm free. There's freedom in being dependent.
Financially dependent gives me the freedom to do what I love.
Yeah. How does that thought feel to you?
Feels good.
It feels good, but does it feel like a lie? Because
I would have thought that it would, but it doesn't.
It doesn't. No. Give me 3 reasons why that's the truth.
I don't need to worry about income when I look at what I do for a job.
Yes, exactly.
I can spend the time enjoying my children without having to worry about the income, which takes me away from the children.
Yes, exactly.
And it gives my relationship the place in my life that my husband would love it to be.
Exactly. Oh, God, you're doing so well. You're making me cry. Oh, you're doing so well. Okay, I want 3 more reasons.
I would be able to wake up and smell the roses rather than think about the tasks that I need to do.
Yep.
When I was free from that concern, I would probably find more work would flow to me because there would be no blockages.
Exactly. But let's not go there and think that has to happen, but that could be a scenario. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm struggling with the 6th point. But
no, you're not. Easy.
I just enjoy life more.
Yeah, exactly. You would. How does that feel?
Feels good.
No, exactly. You've hit the nail on the head. We've got there. We got you there.
Oh, thanks, Karen.
We got you there. So that's the work for you. I am free inside my financial dependency of my husband. Mm-hmm. You know, it's just around the now. You have young babies at home. Mm-hmm. And one day you might feel, when they're off at school and they're doing their own thing, you might feel like you want to tackle some work thing head on and get in there and really go for it. But at the moment, you now have given yourself the freedom to enjoy where you are in your life right now. Because that thought that I've got to make the money, I can't be dependent financially on my husband because I won't be free, that thought has been stressing you out. And your husband's going to be happier, your kids are going to be happier. When you really indulge in those reasons why you are free, being dependent financially on your husband right now, everyone around you is going to be uplifted from your happiness and your joy because you've now connected yourself, you've now put yourself back in the vortex, you've connected yourself back to your happiness.
Oh, thank you. I'm feeling it. Thank you, Karen.
Oh, darling, thank you so much for calling.
It's been a really good call. Thank you.
You're with Karen on Accentuate the Positive, Deliberate Creation, Law of Attraction, Talkback Radio. 'Cause I'm free. 'Cause I'm free.